lifestyles of the broken famous. Trying to figure out what my goals and aims is. Going down a road that I know is tainted.
And we're back.
Wow.
In action.
We're here. We're back.
And by we're, I mean some of us.
Yes.
3 of us, actually.
The three best podcasters
Easily.
are here.
Mr. Hayden has a meeting.
Chavez, we don't know. It's questionable if he's on the roster anymore.
Nor do we care.
We'll see if he returns ever.
Or not.
Yeah.
We might not see.
We're back at Butler, back with the B team, the Butler team, right, guys?
Yeah. No.
No. The A team,
The AA team.
double A team. But one of the other.
I'm going
guys-
to turn the soccer channel off really
Yeah,
quick.
okay.
This is I can see
How about
all
we
of
just
our
turn
eyes.
let's just turn the TV off.
Okay, in general,
Even though
let's...
I have some money on those games, but you don't care about that.
I don't care about
All
it.
right, cool. So last time we were together, do you guys remember who won? So that we could figure out who did
It was
yours?
me. I did win.
It was Quinkert.
Yeah.
Do we even remember the point standings?
Well,
I think I have 4.
I have 3
I
now.
have 0.
Wow. Yeah. So 4-3-0.
Yep.
Dakin's still trying to get.
You
that
know,
first
I won the
dub
first
here.
2 episodes, and I was going to be a heavy favorite to run away with this whole
Yeah,
thing.
but
Then I slowed down. But then I got that win. I'm back on the rise here.
episodes 3 through 11, you got a total of 1 point.
That's not good. Not good.
That's terrible.
All right. Well, nevertheless, I did win last time.
So you get to choose.
So I will choose who goes first. And as a matter of fact, I would like to start off this time. Okay? I'm just going to start us off with a little music tad bit here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Justin Bieber's new shit's actually pretty good.
Wow.
Define good.
By good, I mean, like, not...
Better than before?
No,
Yes.
listen. By good, I mean, like,
Compared
the
to,
only
like,
people that don't like it anymore... Like, people like it that aren't just, like, teenage girls now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, people... Like, the target audience has changed. Like, a lot of college kids like it. A lot of high school kids like it. Like, I mean, Love Yourself is probably one of my favorite songs on the radio right now. That song is about as catchy as it freaking
Oh
gets.
yeah, you tweeted about how.
I
catchy
did.
that was.
I did. I said I actually went out on
Nice.
a limb and I said it was the catchiest song of the last decade.
How coincidental. Quink joins a frat. Update everybody. Quink's in a frat now, so he is gay.
Yes.
And now he likes Justin Bieber,
Wow.
just to confirm his gayness.
Well, I've always liked Justin Bieber, so thank you though.
Well, back when he first released music, I was into like that pop stuff, so I liked him back then.
Can we share stories?
Yeah, we can share
Alright.
stories.
Well, last year, me and John were roommates, and when I didn't know John, I looked at his Facebook, and he had a picture with a Justin Bieber CD, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, well, it can only go up from here, I guess. And here we are today.
Yep.
Yikes!
I think I remember. I don't know why I took that picture, but I was just at Target. I didn't like buy the CD or anything, but I took a picture of it. There's also a picture like because we were like doing video chat with my friends, and I had a picture with a Justin Bieber music video in it too. There's just Justin Bieber all over my Facebook.
Wow.
So if you're looking for a roommate,
Wow.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know
Well,
about
you see,
John.
but Justin
You like
Bieber's old
Justin
stuff is
Bieber.
like, I mean, it legitimately was like,
it was for
like
girls.
teenage girls.
Yeah.
So, what I'm getting at, John, you can see where I'm getting
I
at
was,
right
I
here.
was like into pop music. Like,
Okay.
I liked catchy beats back then.
Yeah.
And my music.
I still like Catchy Beats.
my
Taylor
music-
Swift.
Yeah.
I'm a big Taylor Swift fan.
I
The Red
don't
Album.
like Taylor Swift.
I think Taylor Swift
Let's
is going to be
argue.
like the musician that's going to last like the test of time.
Yeah, she's taking like a year off basically though. Like she had so much stuff last year, and now she's like taking the year off for like
This
every
year?
time. Yeah.
I think she's
Usually artists take a year off after their album.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
I think she's going to be the one from our generation.
She's going to be the one for you.
Yeah.
You're going to marry her.
I wish.
I feel like
She's gonna be
musicians
the
just don't want to do it that long though. It's stressful stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like they stopped coming out with new stuff like early. Like I mean, they still might do concerts, like you know,
Concerts are the
like
main
AC/DC.
way.
I guess came out with one new album like 5 years after they were done with all their stuff. That Back in Black.
Yeah.
I feel like rap's really slowed down, like with new like hit
It
songs.
sounds different.
Yeah, this year-
It's just like that. I don't know.
This year wasn't as good as last year, as far as like new albums. Well, this year. By this year, I mean 2015.
Like
last
the
year.
only person I can really think of is Drake that really did anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
Yeah, that's weird. Kanye tried to do stuff. Now he's releasing an album next month.
Yeah.
He was trying to release it last
Maybe
year.
a better 2016.
Yeah, maybe a better 2016 ahead. What about like trap music? What do you guys think about that?
Like, there's some never. No.
I don't like
I was about to say like
Yeah.
there's some of them that like I've listened to that are like no, but it's just like terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. But
It's like the stereotypical like when
Let me take
old
a
people
look.
think of rap music, that's what they think of.
Yeah.
Is like the trap music.
Oh yeah. I think right now the top album is Bryson Tiller's new album on iTunes.
I have no idea who that is.
Do you know where Bryson Tiller's from by chance?
I'm going to
around
guess
here.
Louisville.
He's from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Wow, what a homer.
And you love
I didn't
him.
even know the guy. I never heard of him. I knew he was from
Yeah.
Louisville because Quink asked.
Yeah.
It's called Trap Soul. His album's called Trap Soul.
There's actually a lot of people who like that. Also,
Yeah.
I would give that a listen.
Should I give it a listen?
Yeah, if you have some free time. After
David Bowie's climbing up the charts.
David Bowie.
Yeah, because he died.
Yeah, I was going to say he's lasted the test of time, I guess.
Yeah.
Till now, time really got hold of him.
Time really did get
That's
a hold
not
of
funny,
him.
kind of.
But time did get a hold of him. We
Yeah.
have to admit it.
Yep.
Back to JB. Oh, Mike Studd has a new
Are we all in
album.
agreement with J. Beebs then? That
Yeah.
he's
I
pretty
think
good
it's-
now.
I don't like it. But I think he's
So you like his
definitely-
old stuff, but you don't like his new stuff?
I don't like his old stuff anymore, but I used to like it.
So
yeah.
would you say, but like looking now, like
But I
his
can-
new
my-
stuff's better than his old stuff?
Yeah, and
Okay.
my music taste has just completely changed. So
I like it better than his old stuff.
yeah, I think it's better than his old stuff. Now that I look back,
Okay.
But really, you could only go up from there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I really actually think his new stuff's good. So
yeah.
but I disagree about "Love Yourself" being catchy.
really,
I've heard it a lot of times, but I could not. I tried so hard when you tweeted that to like remember what it sounded like. I still can't remember what it sounds
I'm
like.
gonna tell you something, John. My mom never liked you,
I've never met your mom.
and she likes everyone.
Wow.
That's a direct quote from the song "Love Yourself."
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So now you remember what it sounds like. My mom never liked
No, I
you,
just
and
keep-
she likes everyone.
I just keep
Yeah.
thinking of "Sorry."
Yeah.
Now. Sorry just keeps on my head.
Sorry's not as good.
I think it's better.
But I think it's more catchy because it's in my head.
Whatever. Listen to it next time. Actually, listen to it. Memorize it. It'll get caught in your head.
I don't want to listen to it.
Anyways, without further ado, John, you're going next.
Really?
Yes,
You want me to go next?
absolutely.
I think it's finally time that I bring the eSports topic here.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just because I've been looking at stuff lately on eSports. My topic is, correct me if I'm wrong, but eSports deserves a little more respect. It's not that eSports should be considered a sport, because I don't think so. But I think it deserves a little more respect.
I don't think it does.
We got Colin Cowherd out here calling everyone nerds and being an asshole, being a complete asshole about esports without even giving it a chance. He doesn't even know what it is.
That's the thing is, I don't think a lot of people are going to get into it. Like, cause I don't know what it like. I don't think it deserves fun like ESPN2 or stuff like it's been
I
getting.
I don't think it belongs on ESPN either. That's not my argument. My argument is it deserves a little more people are just like trashing it.
Yeah, I don't think people should be assholes about
Yeah.
it. Like, let them do what they want to do.
but I don't think a lot of people are actually going to like it. Like, even if they did get
Yeah.
in, like, I just don't think that's a lot of people's thing. Cup of tea, if you will.
I mean, it's a lot more complex than everyone thinks, and everyone always says, who would want to watch people playing video games and stuff like that? They have, like, positions and coaches and stuff like that, just like a normal sport. And just a common argument is, who would want to watch people play video games? And then I think, well, that's the same thing with sports. It's because it's entertaining to some people. Why would you go out and you go out and play sports all the time? Why would you want to watch people do that?
I think that it's like the esports thing is like more of a time commitment. Like, anyone could do it, but you can't. Not anyone can be a professional NBA basketball player.
It's very hard to become a professional esports player.
Yeah, I'd say.
But everyone
it's
has it
hard,
in them,
but
I'd say.
everyone has like
Yeah.
the ability if you want to put the
it's
time
just the time.
into it. Yeah,
Not
That's
everyone has the
interesting.
ability to be.
That's interesting.
because I feel
Well,
like
if
we
you
could
put-
be good at it if we really.
Those guys
wanted
are
to.
just special, like in the athlete world. But those guys, like, I feel like anyone can do that if they just want to put in the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting because videos I watched said that esports isn't popular because it's harder for people to pick up. So they'd immediately think, no, I don't want to.
Well, it's hard to pick up because not a lot of people are into it. I mean, like, if more people were into it, I think it's like they're saying like it's harder to like pick up, as in like it's harder to like understand what's going on.
Yeah, and that's why I definitely think that I could have done something more with the sports if I cared about it and if I did put in the time to it. I feel like if anyone just committed their whole life to basketball, if they were athletic enough and tall enough, then
but tall enough.
Exactly, athletic enough and tall enough. I think if anyone committed their life to esports, they'd be.
You have to, maybe. Anyone?
Interesting side note about esports. I read an article on ESPN. There's actually PED testing for those. Adderall and Vyvanse.
Oh, yeah.
Highly abused in esports, so they have to get drug tested now, just like other sports leagues.
That's reasonable.
It is.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It
gives them a competitive edge.
So, if we go back to my other argument, I'd say they should be allowed. They should be prescribed Adderall.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
To increase their playing abilities.
I remember this whole
thing.
And
then maybe I would watch it on ESPN, because that would be fun.
Just watch
These guys are junked out on Adderall, yeah.
I think it's interesting seeing how many like sports like actually at like Gordon Hayward and like Rick Fox like backing it up and stuff like that.
Backing up what?
Esports.
Well, Gordon Hayward is like a League of Legends like.
Yeah, he's
like a goat
nerd.
at League of Legends. Like,
yeah.
People like look up to him in that game. Like, that's like, I mean, exactly. He's into it, so that's why he's backing it. But if you're not into it, you're not going to back it.
Yeah, I guess like people like, well, Mark Cuban just like knows that it's like a pot full of money, so he just like says that he thinks it's amazing.
Yeah,
and like comes out and to esports events and like says that it deserves more respect just because he wants the money and like wants the support from them. But Rick Fox, the Lakers player, just bought a esports team for $1 million.
Really?
Yeah, and he's really into it. I watched he interviewed Gordon Hayward actually, and they just like started talking about esports at the end. I think it's just cool to see that sort of support when like Colin Coward's just like saying that they're low life idiots, and then you see Rick Fox and Gordon Hayward.
Did Colin Coward actually say they were low life idiots?
Yes. If you watch the Herd, Colin Coward legit just goes off on these people, calls them nerds, like just won't give them any respect. And he has an interview. He has Gordon Hayward on the show, and they talk.
I respect him. I wouldn't trash him by any means, but it's not something that I think is like should be like up there with like basketball or baseball or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also and it has the finals of League of Legends had more views than the NBA Finals, Game 7 that year, in 2000, the year the Heat Spurs went to Game 7.
Really?
Yeah, they had more views. That finals had more views than the NBA Finals.
That's pretty hard to believe.
Yeah.
And the NBA Finals are on like ABC, while you have to like go and know about like Twitch where it's broadcast on. But also that's the championships are like a worldwide thing, while the NBA is
Oh,
just
okay,
American.
yeah. That's a good point.
All right, yeah, just realized that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 7
There's a
billion
lot more
or something.
people in China, and I feel like
they all like
they like it.
They like it a lot.
Because,
they actually have the best teams. America's team sucks. Their teams suck. So
I bet they could beat us.
they could beat us.
Yeah.
Personally, the America's teams.
Yeah.
Not if we put the time in.
That's a good point. If we put the time in, we could be just as good as them.
Yeah.
By the time we're like in 5 years, like if we played it every day for 8 hours, like made it a full-time job.
like I watched like a ESPN special on it. Like they go to camps over the summer, and like for like 4 days straight, they have to like play all the time to get better and like work on their coordination and stuff. Like, I mean that's good and all, but I mean I think anyone could do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you really wanted to, and I
don't know. I think it's so like I played it before, and I just cannot get into it because it's so hard. It's really hard.
I mean, they do make good money if you win like those big tournaments, so it is kind of like a job to them. But also, I feel like if you're that good on like a computer, you could be doing something else with the computer to help more.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
No.
they just like all.
But then we're going against our point of anyone can do it.
Yeah.
If you have to be good on a computer.
I don't think anyone could be as good as these people. It's insanely hard. League of Legends is very hard.
It's a strategy game.
Yeah.
You gotta get a strategy and
Maybe we'll have to give it a gander sometime.
All right. We're all just going to go on there. cold. Quinkert's played League of Legends before. He told me.
I have played League of Legends
So
before.
he can.
I
lead
played it
us.
for like my friends played, and I played it for like a month or so.
Yeah, he can lead us.
I was not good at it. Like my friends told me to stop playing.
You're just so bad at it.
Yeah, I was not good.
Wow.
I've never been very good at. I was really good at iPad
Yeah,
apps.
you're not good at Smash, so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good. I'm really good at
Yeah,
Smash.
we
actually.
do. We love playing Smash here. And
I
Quinkert
picked-
is
I
the
picked up-
worst,
oh.
really.
I picked up Smash so quick with King DDD. Like as soon as I switched to King DDD, my win percentage started skyrocketing. It was crazy. It was
I don't
it was
know,
insane.
There's no proof of that since all the
Yeah,
stats
because
are deleted.
that's another story. Dakin deleted all our stats for some reason. An idiotic move on Dakin's part.
They were coming between us.
Literally,
So they needed to go. They had to go.
if we're not mature enough to handle stats, then we shouldn't be playing
No,
Smash.
we weren't. That's the thing. That's why
I
they
liked
got
the
deleted.
stats. I was never mad about the stats.
Okay, we're getting off
They're
subject
just nice
here.
to have. All right.
So we all
that's
agree
it.
that they deserve more respect.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but not. That
I
much.
mean,
I like it.
I'm going to Dakin's vote. Like,
They're
yeah,
not gonna-
sure, kind
I
of
don't want them
answer.
to be on ESPN. Like they're not. There should be a separate channel for them.
They should
It's
be
It's an
indifferent
e-sport,
about it.
not a sport.
Yeah.
They shouldn't bash him.
Yeah, they shouldn't just.
All right, so that brings us to Dakin.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like certain majors should have to pay a less amount of money at the same university. So like using Butler as an example, we pay like $53,000 a year to go to school. We also have a good education school, and people that want to go be teachers are never going to be able to pay off those loans. So I think that they should have to pay like, say, $20,000 a year versus like $53,000. That way it's manageable for them, and it gives an incentive for people to be teachers because we
yeah.
do need a lot more.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. He doesn't agree.
I don't. If you want to like, just go to a different education school, then you know.
But
it
it's
doesn't
not
cost as
necessarily
much.
as good. Like when you graduate from Butler, you have a brand too. Like people, when they hear that you graduated from Butler, they're like, "Oh, you're an all-A student." Like you could have been an all-C student, but they don't know that. They assume that since you went to Butler, you're smart and you know how to do everything.
I don't know, but then I feel like it's unfair to the people who, you know, are going to like, you know, pre-med or whatever it may be, you know.
Well, it's
pharmacy.
like they're like putting more money in for like a sort of like an investment.
But they're taking the same amount of classes as us, you know. They're doing all the same things we are, so why would we have to pay double the money they are?
Well, less. It's probably I don't personally know anything about becoming a teacher, but it's probably a lot easier.
I would say it's definitely easier than
Yeah.
being a pharmacist or PA or something here.
But I don't know. The thing is like no one's limiting your salary you can make with like a education degree. Like you can go and make a lot of money with an education degree.
If you go post-secondary, yeah.
Okay, so
if
go
you're teaching
post-secondary.
at, but not everyone can do that or wants to go 8 years. And some people just want to they want to be able to teach third graders and stuff like that. That's what they want to do in life. They like working with little kids, but they're never going to be able to pay back the money that they have to pay in college.
I mean, it's their choice to come here and pay all that
Yeah,
money.
but we have to have them. We have to have teachers.
Yeah.
And people are going to stop doing it if they're never going to be able to pay their loans back. Like, I know teachers from my high school that are, like, family friends and stuff. They're like, 45 years old, and they're still paying back on their college loans from, like, Ball State.
I agree with this teachers. I think teachers are very important to society. And they're... Like, I would love to be a teacher, but they just don't make enough money. There just
Yeah.
needs to be, like, there needs to be something to make people want to be teachers.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think maybe like their salary should be raised or something. But like,
I don't
as
think
far
we
as
can
like,
do that, though.
as far
Yeah,
as
it's
like,
hard to-
as far as like lowering tuition based on major, it'd just be a sticky situation. I feel like I'd really piss off a lot of people.
How about
like-
just, like, based off, like, the school, like, See, like, I'm part of the College of Communication, and you guys are part of a different college at Butler. How about just, like, based off of what's, like, part of the college you go to?
Maybe. It kind of depends because, like, depending on your major within that college, you could be making $100,000 out of high school or out of college versus like $30,000 if you're doing like public services or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that there's like a different, like each college has like a different variability in like salaries.
Like, it works well for education. I can see what you're saying with that, but with like pretty much every other major, like, you can really like, there's no like cap on how much you can make. Like, you can go and do something big with that major and go and make a lot of money. Like, no one's stopping you from doing that and going and paying off your loans easily. Like,
I would say that's true, but I think it'd be rare.
Yeah,
I mean, it's more rare in some cases, but
let's take up the example of like journalism. Journalists don't make that much money at first after they graduate.
Or lawyers.
Yeah. Like, what could I, since I'm a journalism major, what could I do to like just what's the best way I could
people
make
can
the
go
most
like,
money?
you know, like to a national, like the Washington Post or like, I mean, of course it's more rare, but like,
It's limited jobs, though.
but like writing for a newspaper, like if you're paying that much money for a college, you should expect that college is going to take you like to a new level, like on top of the majors of like from other schools if you're paying more money. So if you're going there and you're paying more money, that brand should be able to make you more money inside your major. Like, let's say you're a journalism major from Butler, and there's like another journalism major from another school that didn't pay as much. The reason you paid that extra money is because you think that school's better, so you should be able to make more money based off your degree than the other person. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, but I don't think that's how it translates. I think
it doesn't translate like that usually.
I think they'd get a job over the other person, but I don't think they'd necessarily get paid more than what the other person would.
I don't know,
and if they did, I don't think it'd be a significant gap.
Yeah, I think they would just get the job over the person. I don't know if
And see, if like you take pharmacy for an example, like no matter what, you're gonna make 120,000 out of college. Versus, like, say you work for Lilly, you can make upwards of, like, $500,000 a year. But either way, you're still going to be able to pay back your loans and live a lifestyle that you want to live. Versus, like, other majors that don't have that luxury.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, they're both public services. We need them both, but there's no incentive for someone to go be a teacher.
Except that, like, it's easier than other majors. Like, their incentive is, like if I'm not, like, smart enough to do other majors, then like my incentive is that like this is what I can do, so I'm going to go do that. I can't be like a pre-med or a doctor because I'm not smart enough. So like your incentive for being like studying and getting good grades is like, you know, going into that like high paying thing, like a doctor or something like that.
Yeah, but how much of that can override like a financial burden for the rest of your life? Because money's not everything, but I mean, it's a lot easier to live when you don't have money problems.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It would be hard. It would be...
And I'm not saying, like, it has to be, like, $20,000 for an education major or something like that. Like, it should be something that they can pay back when they get out of college, whatever they decide. I don't think they should be paying $53,000 for an education degree.
Yeah, I mean, I see why you're saying that, but then... I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
You just don't know what to say. You just disagree.
I do.
That's
I
what
do.
you say.
There's just too many flaws.
Yeah, I personally don't know how that could be done, obviously, but I think...
If you vote for Bernie Sanders,
he wants
all college tuition is going to be free.
That's insane.
So, I mean...
That is actually insane.
Our taxes might be 90% or something like that, but all colleges are going to be free.
Well, he's basing that off, like, European countries. I wonder how they did it. Because their colleges...
Yeah, colleges are free in European countries.
Yeah.
Make a point there.
Yeah, so I wonder... Yeah, his whole philosophy is based off what European countries are doing right now. And I personally don't know how the hell education is free.
But I thought the point of America was to get away from Europe. Like, we wanted to break away from Britain and be our own. So now why are we trying to copy
Because their
it again?
system's better. That's a better system.
America's system is so...
Europeans copy off some of...
It's just so based on... It's too focused on money. And like,
it is.
It's controlled by lobbyists, and it's terrible.
It's so hard, like, if you have parents that don't go to college and don't have a lot of money to go to college after that.
Yes.
It's so hard to, like, break that. That's why colleges want first-generation students so much. Or first-generation college students so much.
God. Yeah, it's insane. But that's, like, a completely different topic.
It is. That is. We can talk about that next week. That's
next week.
We can talk about that for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we could.
So you guys both disagree then? Or do you agree?
I think that it makes sense. I just don't know if it could be done. Maybe Quinkert's right that it doesn't make sense systematically or whatever. But I think it makes sense that maybe education majors should not pay that much when they're trying to get a lower salary job. That clearly makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I just don't know how tuition works.
Societies have put more of a value on other things besides teachers at this point. Like, I think the tuition doesn't need to change. The value on teachers needs to change.
I would love it if they just got paid more.
Well, I guess that's just like how.
But that makes sense.
That?
Exactly, but it's just that's what I'm saying about yours. Like, I would love for that to happen, but it just doesn't systematically make sense.
It's because like students. Like, when you came to visit Butler, were you going into classrooms and being like, God, I'm looking forward to this professor? Or were you like, oh my God, the new parking garage is being built? That's what they spent the money on because that's what the students care about.
Yeah.
They don't care about the
professor. Colleges and professors make pretty good amount of money.
Yeah, true.
But in high school, it's the same way.
I just use education as an example. I think it applies to a lot of different things.
Because the education example is actually really good.
Yeah,
the education is...
That's the best thing I could think of, but I think it does apply to a lot of different fields. Like John brought up journalism, that's a big thing. Lawyers make $45,000 out of college.
But lawyers are the thing that I was talking about. Like, you can go make a ton of money.
Yeah, they have to work really hard.
Literally tons of money.
But
they know they have to go work hard.
That's also 25 years down the road.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can come out of college, and if you're good enough, it would be hard. It would be hard, but if you're good enough.
Yeah, maybe pay for the undergraduate program for lawyers should maybe cost less, and then because probably law school costs a lot of money.
Yeah. But the thing is, once again, if you go to Harvard, obviously you're gonna be paying a ton of money.
Yeah.
But you're gonna make a ton of money if you go to Harvard. But then again, with education, you're just not gonna make that much money.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great conundrum right there.
Try to become a professor,
See, I guess with if you want to use education as an example, Ball State is half the price of Butler. And we were talking about with the jobs, why a Butler student would get a job over Ball State students because they get a better education. So if you lower the price to the same price as Ball State, the kids from Ball State can come to Butler and get a better education, and then we have better teachers in general.
So, but exactly.
Yeah.
So, for the people who...
But then, if you made it, all go down, to even, they're just all flocked to,
the better college.
Better education schools.
Yeah, which helps everyone.
It doesn't help the colleges that are going to have to, ditch their education program.
In the European format, where they're all, free, how is there, still, do the good colleges still, you need good grades to be accepted, even though they don't cost money?
I would assume.
I guess so.
Yeah, I would assume, the better colleges just are, smarter people.
Yeah, I guess
so. I guess that's how they would separate themselves.
Yeah.
I think in France, they, take a test. At the end of high school.
Like the ACT?
No, it's, a lot more intense than the ACT. It basically decides,
Oh, it's kind of like China. China does that.
Yeah, this score, you're going to go to college and secondary school. This score, you're, not going to get in anywhere. And
so, really brackets people?
Yeah, it's pretty much groups. As soon as you take the test, it's it groups people immediately. And, the top group can go to, any college for free, basically. But then, the bottom groups,
That's interesting. That also makes high school a lot more important.
It does.
I think that completely goes against what America's for, though.
Yeah, that's separating people into groups.
But do we do it that much different with the ACT and SAT
no,
and GPA?
I hate standardized testing.
Yeah, I actually had a speech in high school. Maybe I'll read it next week about. It was a 10-minute speech against standardized testing.
Yeah, I think standardized testing's really going the wrong way.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just that some people that's not just how they think. There's a lot of majors in college that aren't related to math or science and stuff like that. Stuff that are on the ACT. 2 of the top 3 subjects on the ACT. A lot of people are trying to get into fields that don't have anything to do with math or science or stuff like that. Yet they still look at that and value that. A business major should not have to worry about what he gets.
Oh yeah,
on his chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. On any of that really. Yeah. If you're a one-trick pony, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you're going to get penalized because you're not going to be able to do all the other things that you need to do to get into a good
even
college.
If you look at college professors, for example, the other day our GHS professor told like me and John, he's like, the only thing I know about chemistry is like H2O is water. Like he doesn't have a clue about any of that stuff, and he shouldn't. It doesn't matter. He should be good at what he's teaching it.
Yeah.
Like you don't really need to have like even like to be an educated person. You don't need to have like even a basics of some of the like chemistry's kind of like it's not very applicable for most things unless you're like getting a job in it.
And
So
research or
yeah.
something.
I mean, it's not something you need to know to like live.
Yeah. But also, like, with the ACT and stuff, colleges are like adapting, and they like, when Butler came and, like, someone from Butler came to my high school, and they sort of talked about what's most important to them on the whole application, and they said, like, ACT and SAT scores aren't looked at as seriously as, like, an essay or, like, high school grades to them. And they're, like, sort of adapting to it and knowing.
They say that, but
So yeah, I think
But probably
the thing.
they probably look at that a
it's
lot.
just it's
still.
so easy, right? It's like,
It is. It's just like a number
oh,
right
this
there.
This guy got a 34 on the ACT.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty good.
I think GPA is the worst out of all of it because, I mean, I think some high schools are easier than others.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I also think that GPA is like a work ethic thing. Like, obviously, you have to be a little bit smarter, but it's also you have to do your work and study. And some people just don't want to do that in high school.
Yeah, I think GPA is definitely a work ethic thing,
Yeah, it's very work ethic.
which I think it's almost more valuable than SAT and ACT, and like because it actually tells you something.
I guess that's true. I think that colleges should have like more essay written things because I think you can tell someone's intelligence from how they write.
I can agree
Yes,
with that.
for sure.
But then again, like I had a friend in high school, like her mom wrote
yeah,
like all these
yeah.
scholarship
You can
essays,
get
and
other
she got
people to
tons of
write it.
scholarships. And you
Yeah.
can, like,
Well, maybe they should bring them to the college and put them in a room and tell them they have like all day to write this essay or whatever.
I
That way
would
they
be fine
can
with
get
that,
help.
but that's just so against the norm that it would never happen.
Everything, yeah.
I think there just needs to be a better way.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
that's why
It doesn't matter to
I
us.
wish we were
We're already in
politicians.
I mean,
college.
we're in.
We're in college.
we're already in the system. But
All right. Is that all we want to talk about on that topic?
that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm done with that topic. That's depressing.
Fair enough.
But what do we want? Do we want to do this?
Let's do a quick question each.
Quick question
Yes.
each.
Just like a like funny question, I guess, or like,
Yeah.
question.
Well, here's what my question was. I was telling them I had a question I kind of planned. I went and bought Powerball tickets today.
No.
So I bought 6 of them for $12. So I was going to ask what the first thing you would buy was with your $800 million
That's a good question.
if you won the lottery tonight.
the first thing I'd do is hire a tax attorney.
Okay. That's probably a good idea.
Okay. Yes.
See, you can take it in the lump sum where you get all $800 million at once, or you can do the thing where they like pay to you over time, but they tax you every time when they do that. So you end up getting like $100 million less.
With our Powerball at like 1.3 billion, taking a lump sum would earn you about 3.3 billion if you invested it, or 2.8 billion.
No, well,
if
you only
took
get
it in
you
lump.
only get like 800
Or-
million after the tax. You get like 800
Yeah,
million.
but if you invest it, you can bring it back up to like
yeah,
3.3
I mean,
billion.
you can get a ridiculous amount of money.
I
for
saw
that.
Mark Cuban say this. He said, if you're going to spend it, take it in installments. If you're going to
you're
invest
saying
it,
take it in
take it in lump
installments?
sum.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, it would make sense to invest it. A lot of it.
This is basically like, what's my dream thing to buy?
Yeah,
I'd want a tiger, honestly.
That'd be sweet.
that would be pretty sweet. Like a tame tiger.
Yeah. Except, did you know that you have to have like 100 acres for the tiger to roam on?
Really?
And it has to have 2 shelters, and they can't be connected to the fence or to each other.
Wow.
Very specific. I don't know why.
The 100 acres makes sense. I like the 100
Yeah.
acres rule.
Because you need space.
But that's like a 100-acre
You need
fence
space.
Yeah.
then.
And it has to be fenced, and it has to be, I think they said, a 12-foot fence. I already looked this up.
Wow.
It costs roughly $150,000 to get a tiger, about $50,000 for the tiger, and about $100,000 for food and equipment.
You might have to get like
Is
a
that
license
worth it?
also. Don't you have to get like an exotic pet license?
Is that
Not in
worth it?
Indiana anymore.
Oh,
they
nice.
actually allow
Oh.
exotic pets.
So
Awesome.
many tigers here.
But you do have to take them to the vet like every so often, and you have to keep them updated. And that's the most expensive part.
So after you do that, you'd probably buy like a tiger keeper. You gotta
Keeper.
to keep care of your
I'm
tiger.
keeping it myself. If it gets a hold of me, that's my life dream. It's to make the news getting mauled by a tiger.
Your own tiger.
What a better way to go out.
Yeah.
You seen The
True.
Revenant? Either of you?
No.
It's a good movie. You should go see it.
Yes, I know.
He gets mauled by a bear.
You told me this.
It's in a
Everyone told
preview.
me
Everyone
this.
already knows that.
I'll let John talk now.
Okay.
He can be his dream.
You want me to tell?
Yeah.
I don't think it's the first thing, but I think the most important thing that I would spend. I think I would want to own a sports team.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of my
That'd be good,
dreams.
yeah.
It's not the first thing I would do because I'm too young.
The Tigers,
Yeah, maybe the Tigers.
the Red Wings.
Yeah, maybe something in Detroit. Yeah, maybe the Lions. I would love to start owning the Lions when they and take them to the Super Bowl.
I would want to buy like a ticket, like a really good ticket to every big. Like I would want like World Series tickets, a Super Bowl ticket, NCAA championship tickets, and like travel expenses for all of them. Like just the big ticket to like each sporting event. I think that'd be really cool.
Super Bowl would be huge.
Yeah. If going to the Super Bowl, like a good seat, that'd be fine.
I've been to the Super Bowl.
Awesome.
I wasn't in a good seat.
That's still awesome,
It was
though.
still really cool.
Yeah. Like Blood Bliss, like they used to not sell out Super Bowls. Like I was watching like Super Bowl like 10 was like
10. Yeah.
I mean like I'm talking 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But, like you could buy like scalp them outside for like $20.
Wow.
It's because like people didn't want to travel that far back then.
I want
like,
to meet someone who has like a ticket from every Super Bowl.
There's probably not a lot.
Yeah, but
Not
I
a lot
want
of
to be
people.
like that's cool. I remember when they had like a promotion at 7-Eleven where like I can't remember. You like cut out things in the newspaper every day and you would bring it in and they give you like a fake sort of ticket for each Super Bowl.
Really?
And I tried to do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I didn't get them
Except you wouldn't be old enough.
No, I was not old enough. I was
You
trying
could
to
tell-
get my mom to drive.
You could
me.
probably tell like your grandkids like I went to every Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you're so old, Grandpa. You probably have.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah. What would I buy? I already said that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of everything I could buy with $800 million.
I definitely want to travel the world.
So much.
Yeah, I would definitely like. I already was just talking about this. It's funny that you
could-
brought up education major. I would totally switch my major to like a chill job, to like education,
Oh,
like
yeah.
just being like a
Yeah.
teacher. Because all like teachers like love their job. Like it's not very
Yeah.
high paying, but they all like love it. So I would just like go be like a PE or like a chemistry
Yeah.
teacher in like high school.
Yeah, I did that.
So I had something to do
And you'd
and
have
something
like,
I would
so
like.
many cool stories too.
Yeah.
And all the kids would just love you.
Yeah,
That'd
that'd be
awesome.
sick.
And like, if they wanted to fire you, like, who cares? Joke's
Yeah,
on them.
you can fire me. I'm gonna say whatever I want in the class. Like, you can fire me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go live my life.
We could if one of us won the lottery, we could finally invest in Antarctica, in our Antarctica plan.
Oh yeah, that would. Wow,
Wow, that'd be huge.
that would be huge. Give me. You always need to go buy 6 tickets really quick. If we had like 18 tickets,
Yeah, I told you to buy me
Yeah.
some.
I did, but I didn't have enough money.
If you bought 272 million tickets, you'd have a 50-50 chance of winning.
Wow.
Did you know that?
If you had what?
How much money does that cost?
Wait, it's $2 a ticket.
44.
If you have
$544
what-
million.
Wait, say that
If
again.
you're looking to make an investment, you take $544 million, you go down to your local gas station, you buy 272 million lottery tickets, and then you have a 50-50 chance of winning.
You still have a 50-50.
Wow, yikes.
Is that worth it?
Honestly, people think like if you just get 5 numbers and not the Powerball, it's still $1 million right there.
Oh yeah, that's a.
That's pretty good. If
Yeah.
you get
But
if you
you
get
gotta
4
go
numbers
for it.
and the Powerball, that's $50,000.
So let's say you win, you're going to get roughly $750 million. So
Yeah, and even if you don't win that, how much?
you're going $200 million over your investment, and
Okay,
then
never
plus
mind.
every 5-number ticket that you get right is another $1 million.
Yeah, but if it were me, I wouldn't make it anything like the same, like 5 numbers. Well, maybe I would. Maybe I'd make it all the same 5 numbers. A couple.
No,
I wouldn't be
two-
picking my
no,
tickets.
the
Actually,
reason-
I would not be filling out that many tickets. I'd do like the quick
The
picks.
272 million comes from the possible combinations.
How would you?
Okay,
like-
okay.
when it's going on, you have to go through so many tickets to try to find out if you won.
Wow. You know, but they like as soon as like you know how they know like right after it's over, like it's in the system. Like every single ticket sold's in the system, and like they know which gas station sold it like right after the
Do
numbers.
they like content? Do they?
Yeah, like my mom, there was a Hoosier lottery, not as big as the Powerball, but there's like a Hoosier lottery winner. My mom's a huge lottery player. Like from a gas station, like she bought it from, and like no one had turned it in yet, because like they know which gas station it was from.
Yeah.
And my mom was like convinced she had won the lottery, because like she hadn't looked at her tickets, no one had turned it in, and she heard like 3 days later that it was sold at this gas station, and no one had turned it in yet.
Wow, she was convinced.
And she didn't win. I think
I'm
she
so
had like a free
sorry.
ticket on it,
I'm so sorry.
and then the person ended up turning it in like 2 hours later.
Wow.
Like she texted me in the middle of school, like I think I just won the lottery. Like she was convinced. Which chances were pretty good. I mean, she bought her ticket from there. 3
Yeah.
days later, they say it was sold from that gas station. No one's turned it in, and she hasn't checked it.
Wow.
I mean, I'd be
Good
convinced.
chances.
She found her
How
tickets.
excited were you?
I was like, shit, I'm not going to college anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I would still be an education major. As I just said. Yeah. Well,
I don't really have a quick question.
Um,
Do you?
yeah. Would you rather have feet for hands or hands for feet?
And they're like when I
Like
when I
they're
choose
Swiss.
one, do they switch or do I have
You're
4
gonna have,
feet?
Yeah, you're gonna have 4 of whatever you
okay.
choose.
Alright.
Probably 4
I don't
hands.
know. It can be either way. Whatever you want it to be. They can either switch. Well, no, they can't switch because then it doesn't really matter which one you choose.
Yeah. I'd go 4 hands. I really like
But
my
if you have
hands.
4 feet, you can run like a dog.
Yeah, you could, but that's
Aren't
not,
like monkeys' feet kind of like hands?
that's not that important to me, honestly. Yeah, their feet are hands. I don't want to run like a dog.
So you could be like a monkey.
So you'd rather be like a monkey.
Yeah,
Monkey, if
absolutely.
you're choosing monkey.
Monkeys
or
are very
monkey
human.
are just like us.
Yeah.
They're just like us. So
But they just like have
You're
that.
not willing to change.
Dude, gorillas can sprint on all 4s with like
Yeah.
their 4 hands, kind
but
of.
we're not as strong as that.
But maybe
Just
we
because
would
we
be.
have hands. As
Maybe we
feet,
would be. Or
if we evolve like that.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Natural selection has
Yeah.
stopped.
Natural selection.
That's going to be my
Stop.
next subject. There is no more natural selection.
Oh, did you listen to the podcast we had?
No.
There is, and we discussed it. We already discussed it, so don't bring it next
Okay,
week.
whatever.
AI is the next natural selection, according to us.
Wait, did you guys see the 30-foot crocodile they just discovered in Tunisia?
Dude, Tunisia's always got some weird stuff going on.
No,
I feel like every news story open about Tunisia is like
this
so...
one was actually huge because they thought that this species of crocodile, it was 30 feet long. Crocodiles now are about 20 feet. It usually stayed in sea, it didn't go on land much. And they thought that animals were extinct 20 million years before when they found this one. So now they know that animals lasted 20 million more years than what they thought.
Jeez,
Megalodon.
we're just
That's kind of a long.
Megalodon's
we're
still alive.
spitting facts.
Yeah.
Megalodon.
He's still alive?
Megalodon's
I
still
think
here.
so.
Where?
I think so.
I think so also.
Where?
Dude,
There's so much
95% of the ocean is not
Oh.
discovered. Megalodon is still in the ocean.
And it can swim
There's-
deeper. Everyone
yeah.
knows that.
That'd be sweet.
Megalodon, like they say, like was one of the deepest swimming like sharks alive.
I
Like,
see.
I don't
seriously
wanna be a
think there is
scientist. I kind of want to just like explore like what.
Yeah, that'd be a cool job.
you just have to be good. You just have to be too smart for that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah, I know,
You have
it's
to be
too
really
hard.
smart, and I hate it.
I have such a thirst for knowledge right now. Next week, I'm going to talk about how much thirst for knowledge I have right now. All right,
Okay.
Do you guys think there's a possibility of mermaids?
maybe we don't know. We don't
I'm
know
not going
90%
to
of
say
the
yes or
ocean.
no.
I
I'm not
mean,
going to say yes or no.
We don't know the whole ocean, so
Don't even
we
know
can't
close.
say no. So
Yeah, like what if there's like a village of people that were like stranded and they adapted into mermaids?
as I swam down to the part of the ocean, we
Yeah.
don't
You know, it's
Yeah.
it's literally insane how much stuff there could be. Like, think about like
dude, the lost city of Atlantis could be down
the
there.
Yeah.
submarines aren't that good, honestly. Like,
Yeah, they're pieces of shit.
they're not that good at what they do.
Yeah,
Like,
we need
they
to,
can't go-
scientists need to make
Submarines,
better
they can't go that deep. Submarines cannot go that deep for that
Yeah.
long. They can't at all. They
I mean,
can't handle the
obviously
water
humans can-
pressure.
Yeah,
And
we
it's-
need to- humans can't.
It's kind of
handle that water
it's
pressure.
kind of a human
So we
fault
need-
also because they can't
Yeah.
handle the water pressure.
But we make rocket ships that can go out to
Yeah.
Pluto without.
Why
humans
can't
in
we
them.
build better submarines to go deeper for longer so we can find more
Humans
fish?
don't need to be in them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The government,
Yeah.
the
I'm
government,
so mad.
the government probably knows stuff that we don't. Also,
Yeah,
And you're
aliens are here.
brainwashed. if you think
Aliens
you
are
don't know
here.
that.
Why didn't we think of that before? That if they can build rockets, why can't we go deeper in the ocean?
I think it's less. I think it's just like not a priority compared.
I
to
think it
space.
should be.
Yeah,
It should be.
It definitely
This
Because
should.
that's just as
It's
much like
ours.
undiscovered stuff is like
As
that's not
space.
ours in space, but like
Is it? I feel like
in space is unreasonable. Anyways, we're never gonna figure shit out about space because it's
Yeah.
too big.
Probably
The
not in
oceans
our
are a lot
lifetime.
smaller.
Probably not right now.
No,
but
we're
we
never
still
gonna
can-
figure out. We're never gonna figure that much stuff out. It's just so big.
Yeah, I guess so. But we are figuring a lot of stuff. We're like finding planets so far away from us.
Yeah, and there's
like
a-
Earth.
But think about
Yeah,
it.
like
There's like
Earth.
planets that are so far away from that, and we're just never gonna know.
yeah, no, but it's kind of cool
And that
that we
kills
can
me.
like find.
You know what kills me even more? How just the beginning. How in the beginning was there something? You know, how did something become from apps? I mean, every time I think about this, I'm like,
We don't
how
know,
did something
so-
ever come? Because at the very beginning of whatever, there just should be nothing. So how did something ever come from this nothingness, you know? Every time I think about it...
God come?
But, like, even for atheists, like, how did...
Well, of course for atheists. They don't know.
Even more for atheists. Like, I have an excuse. But, like... Wow.
The Big Bang Theory doesn't even, like...
It doesn't make... Because where did the stuff come from, the Big Bang Theory?
Scientific, but it, like
energy came, but how did energy come? Because nothing should have been there. There should have been nothing.
It shouldn't have
But
been.
then something came.
Something just, like, happened.
So how did something happen when there was absolutely nothing? Because how did something come from nothing?
What
It
if there
makes
are
no
beings that are
sense.
smarter than us and just, like, know?
How did
Like,
those beings get there? How did those beings get
there?
there? How did those beings get there that are smarter than us?
They know.
We should ask a mermaid.
Exactly.
Mermaids just what if there
No,
is just
we're
like
saving-
a whole, what if like under the ocean there are like human things as smart as humans and they like
There
live in
probably
a city.
is.
On
There
the bottom
probably
of the
is.
ocean.
And how did they get
insane
there?
would that be?
How did they get there?
Oh
you know,
my
we're using
God.
too much good topic information for this week. We need to end the episode right now.
Or what if
We got it.
We have to end the episode right now.
Dakin doesn't want to.
We can't even discuss a winner because there's only 3 people, so we can just collude.
Yeah,
Thank you all for listening. Be here next week.
Thank you guys.
Hopefully on Tuesday next time.
Yeah, hopefully on. Sorry we were a day late.
Thank you.
All right, see ya.